Ever since she was a child, Mariana had epileptic seizures, but they were under control. However, when she was 30, she had a severe bout.
I worked as a vendor at a fair. I worked at a pastry stand. On December 13th of 2013, unwell while working, I started to have spasms. After that, I started to have seizures of epilepsy. My body was tingling from head to toe. My head was aching badly. And after that, I can't remember much.
I was contacted. At that time, I was also working. And it was a surprise because she was taking her medications. When I went to the hospital, she was at the ICU.
I had more than 10 seizures. Just on that same day, I was intubated. My saliva went to my lungs. I caught pneumonia and an infection. My entire body swelled up. And the team of neurologists said my case was hopeless.
In such a severe case, that's what we do. We give a stronger medication to try to free her from those seizures. The more seizures she has, and the longer they last, more severe her condition becomes, and the risk of having after effects is higher. And from the moment we need to carry out tracheal intubation, this patient runs the risk of having an infection, of having metabolic dysfunctions, respiratory and cardiovascular alterations.
The doctor said that there was no cure and that the medications were not working, and that if she didn't get better in 2 weeks, she would die. So I prayed and rubbed oil on her.
Everyone was just waiting for the moment when they turn off the equipment. I stayed there until January 14th, of 2014 in a coma for 31 days. They say our subconscious understands that, right? I was being weaned off of sedation. They were giving me less medications. I opened my eyes, but just a little, and I could hear the Pool of Bethesda. Someone was singing the Pool of Bethesda to my ears, and I would sing too by humming that song, and I would do that all the time. Although I couldn't speak, I would hum like that.
22 days after coming out of the coma, she was moved to another ward and told her mother what happened at the ICU.
She was in another ward then. Oh, Mom, I heard it. I don't know if it was a nurse or if it was an angel singing Pastor Jaime's song.
I asked my mom if it had been a nurse or someone else. It was something supernatural. It was an angel walking in that room. The doctor said, "Mari, this is a miracle." He wasn't sure if I would be 100% because based on medicine, he couldn't give me false hopes. So he referred me to a physical and a phonotherapist, to see how I would react. But in spite of that treatment, I wouldn't be healed completely.
In February of 2014, Mariana was discharged and has been blessed ever since.
She was getting better and better. She was discharged, came back home. She hasn't had any seizures. She's a new woman.
I don't need to take any medication. I move my legs normally, my arms too. Thanks be to God, I have no after effects. So I said, Mom, I want to go to the church where the pastor preaches, the pastor who wrote that song. And she said, do that. And I went. And every time he finishes praying on TV and he stops speaking for a while, I say, sing the Pool of Bethesda.
Se eu for o primeiro a chegar, com certeza eu vou conseguir, pois assim minha fé diz que curado serei. No tanque de Bethesda ouvi cura, no tanque de Bethesda ouvi milagre.
So that song marked my life. It brought me back to life. Today, while I take a bath, I sing the Pool of Bethesda. In fact, I play this song on a loop on my cell phone.
She changed from water to wine. She's 100% now.
I decided to be baptized. The importance of that song in my life, and I've listened to it on repeat, made me decide it's now I will be baptized.
She's a new Mariana, both at home and in her working place.
When God does His work, He does it thoroughly.